We're here at the Montauk Fine Arts Festival, and fine art takes many forms, and with Barry Middleton, who, Barry, you are a renowned artist using the medium of wood.
Wood, yeah.
Thank you for inviting us in your space, and you've got something that I've never seen before of anyone who's been able to take the medium of wood and turn it into something that is above and beyond.
Well, what I do is I make sculptural panels, as you can see back here, and I'm able to apply them to many types of uses, like wall sculptures, doors, interior doors, exterior doors, tabletops, room dividers, etc. Quite a few different things.
The detail of what you're able to accomplish, and we're going to take a moment and really look at some of your pieces. The selection of wood, the attention to detail is above and beyond anything we've ever seen here at the Montauk Fine Arts Festival.
Well, thank you. I have a lot of experience working with colors. In San Diego and Southern California, I used to do corporate art. So I mixed colors and made original landscape and abstract paintings that would go into banks, offices, hotels, and so on. So I have a lot of experience with color. I also worked in the textiles industry, mixing colors there too. So experience with colors and textures. And like in this one, you can see a lot of different colors. There's different media also, droplet glass and travertine marble. And these are beach glass tiles.
And the selection of wood and the way it all comes together, it becomes a living piece. Could we talk a little bit about your selection of wood and what type of wood you utilize?
Sure. These are all the natural colors of the woods. A lot of them are domestic, but mostly exotic woods. This is jatoba. It's a really hard wood from Brazil. Bocote, that's a Central American wood. The yellow is called yellow heart or satin wood. I spend many hours picking through different types of wood and then choosing the right colors and textures.
The geometric design, we're looking at a piece that just jumps out at you, the way it's framed, the way it all comes together.
Well, I'd like to mention that in my experience, I never really learned how to work with wood conventionally. I learned from other woodworkers and a lot of self-taught. So I think outside the box. I don't think, in a confined way. So that's how I think it helps me to come up with a lot of really interesting designs.
It seems musical. Looking at this, my take of it.
I do think of them as songs in wood. As a matter of fact, that's the name of my company, Wood Songs. And what I do is like we were talking about before. It's sculptural panels. It's not marquetry. It's not inlay. It's not carving. I don't use veneer. They're all solid woods.
Barry, your work is infused with such vitality. And I'm looking at a piece here that if one didn't realize it was made of wood, you would think it was made of elements that come alive. What are we looking at?
Well, most of this piece is made of a wood called leopard wood. It's from Central America. These are the medullary rays that kind of weave through the wood, and I really wanted to focus on that, to start with that. And then I added a few pieces in cavities that I made within the wood. This is a little sculpture here. This is the end grain of the leopard wood. And then the black clay looks great with the woods, a little framing on the outside of each one.
Barry, who collects your work?
Well, mostly, the age range, varies quite a bit. But they go into like doctor's offices, but very nice homes, and they often will place something in a central place and then kind of build a room around it, maybe a bedroom, maybe above a couch, above a mantel or something like that.
And you do custom work if someone has a certain area, certain dimensions?
I do. Almost everything I do is custom work. I love to sell things, right out of the booth, but oftentimes people want something like this or like something else I have showing. but they need a different size, maybe a different wood, or yeah, a little adjustment. I also do a lot of custom doors and interior doors and exterior doors too.
Barry, your panels are very distinctive, and they have multiple purposes, don't they?
That's right. Well, these over here, they're wall sculptures, but it's the same idea as basically taking the panel, and you could make these into, or these, this type of panel into a coffee table. And this coffee table here, it has a mixture of different things. It has the sculptural panel, but also strips of beautiful wood. This is bubinga with some sapwood and some ebony to give it some contrast, and also some textured glass to go in there too. And I chose all these woods and the glass to go well together.
The detail of what you produce, I mean, just the way, and is this oak? Would this
Yeah,
be?
this is white oak, and each piece is hand chamfered. I do these one at a time, so it really takes a lot of time. It gives it some depth instead of just being flat.
A work of art that will be a family heirloom. People will be fighting over this table,
I hope
you
so.
realize?
Yeah.
I'm so impressed technically about how you approach your art. And you have a representation that you can show us
I'd really
here.
love to show you the basics of how I put the panels together. This is a real simple joint. It's called a half-lap joint. Okay, and both pieces are half-lapped, and then they go together. Okay, and then in a unfinished piece, this is how it looks. If all the horizontal pieces are not notched on this side, they're notched on the other side, but the vertical pieces are notched on this side, so you see they're not continuous, and the horizontal are continuous. And you look at the other side, the horizontal is notched on this side, and so they're not continuous, and the verticals are continuous. But this enables me to put many different types of wood together, different shapes, and use the negative space also in the design.
Barry, you've brought something truly unique here to the Montauk Fine Arts Festival. But for our viewers outside of the area, and for anyone, if you're a designer or someone who needs custom work, you're available for the public.
Yeah, I've worked with designers before. I worked directly with the owner of maybe an office or a residence also. Yes.
So you can do consulting, but also for our viewers, if you're interested, you have a fabulous website. I think your sister Chris had a hand in it, didn't she?
Right. She's an artist marketer, and her name of her company is Chrysalis Marketing. She's been a tremendous help to help kind of put me together as not just an artist, but also an available company. My website is called www.yourwoodsongs.com.
Thank you, Barry, and we recommend to our viewers to come to the Montauk Fine Arts Festival or to come to that great website again. One more time.
Yourwoodsongs.com.
Thank you.